In the full 7-day forecast.
Devin, thanks so much. Well, this morning we have exclusive footage from Chopper 5. It's showing a car that slid about 100 feet off an embankment.
Oh, yeah. Authorities say this driver got impatient, crossed over the double yellow line in order to pass, and that's when this happened.
Now, police consider the people in that car extremely lucky, only walking away with just a few bumps and scrapes. Ski resorts across the state are preparing for crowds of people for President's Day, and police are urging drivers to be ready to take it slow.
Patience. It's going to be difficult, and understanding that everybody's not going to have the same driving skills perhaps as you have them.
Well, there were several other crashes across the state on Sunday that were weather-related. Authorities, again, waiting until the weather clears to recover that car that slid down the embankment. Let's talk about those other crashes right now. Again,
KSL Today starts now.
This morning, police are reminding drivers about road safety after a close call up Little Cottonwood Canyon.
And Jason Kelsey reaching out to us.
all right. Thanks, Amy. Today, expect a busy day in the canyons. Of course, President's Day, a day where families are thinking, okay, no school, for some, no work. And so they head up.
Yeah, news specialist Kara Bracken joins us live this morning. Kara, let's talk about what drivers need to know if they're headed up the canyons.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Laura. Yeah, on days like today where there are lots of snowboarders and skiers that are going to be wanting to make their way up the canyons, an extra 5 minutes really could make all of the difference. I want to show you some of this video that we got yesterday from Chopper 5. This is exclusive images of a vehicle that slid about 100 feet off a steep embankment while driving down Little Cottonwood Canyon. Their car sliding off the road about halfway through the canyon, eventually stopping on its side. Now, Unified Police, they say that area is a particularly dangerous spot, given the tight turns, no guardrail, and slick roads. Thankfully, the two people inside the car were able to walk away with only some bumps, bruises, and scrapes.
Patience. It's going to be difficult, and understanding that everybody's not going to have the same driving skills perhaps as you have them.
Because this story could have had a very different ending, another reason while taking it slow and realizing there is going to likely be that congestion before coming up is key. That's why we want to share that with you guys. I'll send it back to you inside.
Yeah, I just be patient. You know, everybody's going to the same place, coming back from the same place. Take it easy. All right, Kara Bracken reporting. Thanks, Kara.
This morning, a 4-year-old girl is said to be...
Right now on KSL-5 News at noon, the warning from officials after a car plunged 100 feet down an embankment in Little Cottonwood Canyon.
Plus, what police say led up to 3 people getting stabbed in the parking lot of a bowling alley in West Valley City.
And dozens of parents taking advantage of the holiday today by showing their kids the impact and process of blood donation.
KSL News at noon starts now.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. On this holiday, you can expect a busy day in the canyons today with people heading to and from the slopes to celebrate President's Day.
Oh, yeah. Nobody in school right now. A lot of extra time with the family. Drivers, though, need to be ready to take it slow on days like today. We know there are a lot of skiers and boarders heading up and down the canyons, going to and from the resorts. Yesterday, after a day at the slopes, look at this. There were hundreds of drivers making their way down the canyon roads, and they were slick, too. Chopper 5 capturing this image from above. You'll only see this here on KSL. It's a car that slid about 100 feet down a steep embankment while driving down Little Cottonwood Canyon. The car sliding off the road about halfway down the canyon, eventually stopping on its side. Now, police say that area is particularly dangerous with the tight turns, no guardrails, and slick roads.
They were coming down. Apparently, the car in front of them was going a little slower than they would have liked and using their brakes too much, and they decided to go ahead and pass on a double yellow on an icy road.
Well, thankfully, the 2 people inside the car were able to walk away with only minor injuries. Pretty remarkable when you see where that car ended up.
There's a double yellow line for a reason, right? So, yeah, mind those traffic rules, folks.
For sure.
Yeah, and sometimes those roads can be deceiving. They look clear, but they have a sheet of ice.
KSL News at 4 starts now.
We are learning more about a triple stabbing that took place outside a bowling alley overnight.
West Valley City Police say the suspect involved even stabbed his own brother. News specialist Brianna Chavez joins us now live. Brianna, what are you learning about the suspect here?
Yeah, well, Daniel, police actually arrested 25-year-old Adolfo Ramos. He's facing several felony charges, included aggravated assault. And we're told that the incident actually started inside the Delton Lanes bowling alley and later escalated here in the parking lot. Now, this all happened just before midnight. And according to the probable cause statement, there was an argument over the bowling lanes, and Ramos was acting disorderly with some of the staff here. West Valley City Police say that Ramos's brother then tried to calm him down. That's when they went outside, and later Ramos pulled out a knife and stabbed his brother and two other people who were trying to break up the fight.
The suspect himself was extremely uncooperative and was very belligerent with officers on scene, and he appears to be heavily intoxicated. The victims themselves, it's unknown whether there was any alcohol involved with them.
Now, we're told all three victims are suffering serious injuries but are non-life-threatening. Police did say, though, that one of those victims is a 17-year-old boy and could end up losing an arm because of the injuries from the stabbing. I also spoke to an employee of the bowling alley off camera today who says that thankfully none of the employees working here were involved in the incident last night. And there seems to be no threat to the public because of this. The bowling alley was able to open for business as usual. We did see a lot of people coming and going earlier this afternoon. But of course, once we learn anything new, we'll be sure to update you. Back to you.
All right, Brianna, thanks for that report.
After police use Live at 5 begins right now.
Coming up next on Live at 5.
An argument turning violent at this West Valley City bowling alley. Coming up, what police are telling us about a triple stabbing.
A Utah family pleading for help tonight, finding a missing mother last seen in this Murray area. What we know about her case coming up.
Super Tuesday, 2 weeks from tomorrow. But for Utah's Republicans, voting for the president this year going to look a little different. I've got all the details straight ahead.
And keeping people out of the Ogden hot pots. I'll show you the extra measures that sheriff's deputies and the landowner are taking and why.
KSL Live at 5 starts now.
Thanks for joining us. West Valley City Police say they have arrested a man for stabbing 3 people in the parking lot of a bowling alley. It happened last night just before midnight.
News specialist Brianna Chavez joins us now live. Brianna, did this impact the business in any way?
Well, Daniel, thankfully, no. The Delton Lanes bowling alley was able to open for business as usual today, and we've seen lots of people coming and going inside to celebrate the holiday weekend. But police say that the scene was very chaotic when they showed up here overnight, and they say that it all started after an argument inside the bowling alley. Now, according to a probable cause statement, there was an argument over the bowling lanes. The suspect, 25-year-old Adolfo Ramos, started acting disorderly with some of the staff here. West Valley City Police say that Ramos's brother then tried to calm him down. They went outside, and that's when Ramos pulled out a knife and stabbed his brother, along with 2 other people who were trying to break up the fight. One of those victims is a 17-year-old boy.
We did learn later on that the 17-year-old boy may actually end up losing his arm due to the injuries that he sustained. Each one of them was taken to the hospital separately, again with serious but non-life-threatening injuries, but obviously the loss of a limb would be something quite serious.
And Ramos is facing several felony charges tonight, including aggravated assault. Police say that he also tried to evade arrest and was visibly drunk at the time of the incident. Police also tell us they were able to use surveillance footage plus witness videos that shows Ramos right here in this parking lot. Now, there's no threat to the community tonight. I did actually speak to one of the employees working here earlier today. He told me that thankfully none of the employees that were working that night were involved in this incident. Of course, once we learn anything new, we'll be sure to update you. For Live at 5, I'm Brianna Chavez.
Brianna, thanks. Well, new tonight, we've learned that an inmate at the Utah